guys, what's up? Thank you so much for coming back. I'm Arpita. This is the Crazy Wisdom and I welcome you back. Alright, so today we'll be talking about the next most important thing that everybody has been telling me to discuss about. That is our careers in 2022 and how is our entire professional life going to be and how is it going to shape life. Kitna acha rahega, kitna nahi rahega, kitne opportunities aayenge, kitne hurdles aayenge and whatnot. So I thought why not make a full-fledged video on it. Without wasting another moment, let's dig into it. Put on your thinking caps and your wisdom boots. Let's get on and shoot. Alright, so first and foremost, talking about Aries. Now, the first quarter can bring in a huge inflow of wealth and assets for the working class, especially for the businessmen. So the first quarter of 2022 is going to be really good for businessmen out there. And you should try to make out and take out as much benefit as you can from this period because it is going to give you a lot of wealth and a lot of assets. But I would say that do not take risks unnecessarily. I mean, agar aap investments karna cha rahe ho, agar aap financial, risks lena cha rahe ho, I would suggest कि आप पूरा background check and due diligence करके take up those risks and take up those chances, although they're going to be beneficial for you and they're going to give you benefits. But again, I would suggest that do not go overboard with taking risks. So be in that sound space of mind before getting into any sort of a financial investment. But if you keep a stable decision making scenario, things will be exceptionally good for you financially in the first quarter. Apart from this, if we talk about the second, fourth and third quarters, it can bring in a lot of growth in your personality, in your overall disposition in front of the society and how people are perceiving you, and that can give you a lot of confidence and a lot of personality boost. So you will start feeling very, very decisive, very, very firm on your decisions और आपको बहुत confident feel होगा while taking decisions. So all this can add up to your personality upgradation. Now, one thing that you need to remain careful of is that keep away from overconfidence and arrogance. Now, हमारे साथ हमेशा ऐसे होता है कई बार कि जब हमें बहुत अच्छा सक्सेस मिलने लगता है या we climb up the stairs of our career or our life consecutively, so we get a little rude and we get a little arrogant and hard with people. So just avoid doing that because that way your professional relationships can come under the stake and they can get a little spoiled. So if you keep this thing in mind, the rest of the things will be good for you. Now, moving over to Taurians, well, the second, third and fourth quarters for you as well can bring in exceptional gains and liquid inflow and money. So, it will be very good for you. Now, as for Aries, it was the first quarter. For you, it is going to be the second, third and fourth quarters put together. So the entire second half of the year, if I have to say, will be really good for your gains and growth. The only catch is that they can be from hidden sources and sources that you have no knowledge of right now. So, these can be sources that you can suddenly discover, or these can be new investment and new monetary sources options. So keep your eyes and ears open for this entire year because nine options and nine hidden and unprecedented avenues can open in front of you जिसे आप exploit कर सकते हो और जिसके through आप gain कर सकते हो. Now, if we talk about students in academician specifically, your bond with your seniors, gurus, guides and mentors and the people जो आपके आसपास होते हैं आपको डायरेक्ट करने के लिए और आपको एक सही डायरेक्शन दिखाने के लिए, वो थोड़ा ज्यादा स्ट्रक्चर्ड हो सकता है and you can feel that the fun element and the comfort level in that bond is lacking a little bit. So उसका थोड़ा सा ध्यान रखिएगा because your guides and mentors are always there for you to guide and direct you towards the right. तो अगर वो bond थोड़ा structured हो जाएगा and थोड़ा monotonous हो जाएगा तो you can feel a little lack somewhere. So if you keep that in mind, then things will be good and this will also be good for your educational path. Because if you will, get into tiffs and conflicts with your gurus and guides, that can bring in problems in your smooth educational path as well, and you can experience bumps and breaks and gap years as well. So in addition to keeping a tab on your educational life, you also need to keep a tab on your relationship with your seniors. Otherwise, the entire academic life that you will go through in this year can feel really stressed and really, mentally exhausting. So you will not find that satisfaction level, be it in the physical output sort of a thing or be it in your mind and emotional state. Alright, so with this, moving over to Geminis, well, liquid money inflow can be expected in your life and in substantial quantities in the second, third and fourth quarters. So for you as well, the second, third and fourth quarters will be very, very good for money expansion. You will see yourself putting in a lot of passion and a lot of energy and a lot of constructive, zeal and zest in your work. So गेन्स विल कम इन, बट आप बहुत पॉजिटिवली इंक्लाइंड होंगे गेन्स को अपनी तरफ और अट्रैक्ट करने के लिए. सो एक पॉइंट होगा कि वो नेचुरली आ रहे होंगे और दूसरा पॉइंट ये होगा कि आप और पैशन पुट इन करेंगे, सो दे विल गेट मल्टीप्लाइड even more time. So it will be a very good period for this for financial expansion for you. You can also expect this year to bring in a lot of asset expansion. So not only liquid money, लेकिन जो आपके assets होते हैं वो भी बहुत ज्यादा expand होंगे इस साल, और you will feel a rise in your strength, like your financial strength, जो base है वो बहुत strong हो सकता है इस साल. In addition to this, you will also see कि आपका status और आपकी एक authoritativeness और एक आपकी presence आपके professional circle में बहुत rise होगी. So people will start respecting you, people will start giving credibility to your ideas and to your decisions, and sort of आपकी पूरी एक जो respect और एक authoritative और leadership sort of image होती है वो बन के बाहर आएगी, because you will be able to show them your potential. Moving on, if we talk about Gemini students and academicians, well, this period is not going to be great for you at all, and the entire year can bring in a lot of bumps and breaks and gap years in your educational life and in your entire intellectual path. So I would say कि बहुत ध्यान रखिए, be very careful so that you can avoid these bumps and breaks. Otherwise, they will constantly come in and they will be a source of mental strain and anxiety for you. You have to remain very, very vigilant and very, very cautious when you get ahead in your intellectual life. Sorry. And also, your the bonds that you have formed with your seniors, gurus and guides, they will also not come in that handy in this period, and they might also take you towards the negative side only. So you have to remain even more careful, because in addition to you feeling rocky in your educational path, you will also feel a lack of help from your seniors. So this can be a point of concern for you. Moving over to Cancer Zodiac with this, well, this period is going to be really, really strong and promising for all the working professionals, for all the people who are there in job and professional setups. The second, third and fourth quarters are going to be really good and expansive for your career goals and opportunities. A lot of new avenues, a lot of new chances, and a lot of new work opportunities will come in your way to use and exploit and gain maximum benefit out of. So be careful and keep your eyes and ears open, because ये साल आपके लिए बहुत अच्छी opportunities, बहुत अच्छे new avenues लाने वाला है. So be vigilant and be very, very ready to exploit all those opportunities. People expecting promotions and upgradations, also you have a lot of good opportunities that are waiting for you in the second, third and fourth quarters. So please brace yourself. And if we talk about Cancerian academicians and the ones pursuing higher degree courses, again, for you as well, the period is very good and a lot of new opportunities and chances will come in your way. Now, you have to remain ready of spontaneous and unprecedented things and scenarios, क्योंकि उनके opportunities के साथ वो भी आ सकती हैं, especially in the first quarter, but post that the entire period is going to be good. लेकिन first quarter में remain ready and remain vigilant, because although opportunities will come in, लेकिन वो थोड़े challenges और थोड़े roadblocks और setbacks के साथ भी आ सकती हैं. Although आप overall basis पे उसको बहुत अच्छा हैंडल करेंगे, लेकिन still keep your eyes and ears open, and academically inclined travel and trips can also be expected for you. So you can go on a lot of short and long distance trips and journeys as with respect to your academics and intellectual growth and upgradation. You can get a lot of chances in overseas and in foreign lands. With this, moving over to Leos, well, this period is going to be extremely good for all the academicians and students out there, and especially for the ones working in the field of education. You will get a lot of knowledge upgradation in this period. So आपको ना सिर्फ नई knowledge मिलेगी, but you will also be constructively inclined towards, grabbing as much knowledge as possible and, using that knowledge in your work for further upgradation. So it is a period rich in academic and intellectual expansion for you. Even the working professionals will get a lot of chances and a lot of opportunities to upgrade their knowledge. जिनको भी जो भी higher education courses या higher degrees में जाने का try कर रहे हैं, उनको भी बहुत opportunities मिलेंगी. It will be a period rich in opening new avenues and new chances for them. But again, you have to remain careful, because spontaneity and bumps will keep coming in for you to handle. It is going to be a good path, but it is going to have stones and pebbles for you to kick sideways and move ahead. So keep those in mind and keep a check on all those things, and you will be good to go. Apart from this, the second, third and fourth quarters आपके hidden assets बढ़ा सकती हैं. There can be a lot of increase in your investments and a lot of increase from your end to put in money in things which can, grow with time. Other than this, for Leo specifically, this period can bring in a lot of inclination towards astrology, spirituality, and other such mystical fields and subjects. So, you can get a natural inclination towards these fields and fields as well. And who knows, you might also think about taking it professionally ahead. Talking about Leo working class and working professionals, well, this period is going to be really good. Not only will you see a lot of work expansion, but आपके जो work related enemies or competitors or challenges होते हैं जो normally आपके path पे आते हैं, they will be at the minimum. So not only will you be able to handle those well, but you will also be able to defeat them very effectively. So you will see a lot of hard work and perseverance and diligence to succeed from your end, and that will keep the enemies at the minimum. With this, moving over to Virgos, our sixth zodiac sign. Well, this period can bring in, especially the second, third, and fourth quarters for you, can bring in a lot of spontaneity, a lot of unprecedented, uncalled for, and unplanned things and situations and sort of work-related challenges for you to deal with. So it will not be slow and monotonous and streamlined and precedented and something that you already know. So बहुत नए और unknown challenges आ सकते हैं second, third and fourth quarters में. So you have to remain really careful and you have to be ready to handle them very, very effectively. And I would also suggest कि investments को थोड़ा minimum रखिएगा इस period में, so that you do not end up getting into even more challenges and even more spontaneity. So keep a little check on your investments, keep them at the bare minimum, so that you play on the safer side for these three quarters, because you will have to. Now for academicians and the ones into education, their entire situation can also get impacted. They need to keep a check on their entire educational flow, otherwise they can expect bumps and breaks and gap years as well. So you have to keep a proper check, especially the ones who are into higher education courses. Now, talking about your relationship with your seniors, again the first quarter can bring in quarrels and misunderstandings between your seniors, gurus and guides. So you have to remain a little careful of the entire spontaneity around your and their relationship dynamics, and keep issues and tips at the minimum from your end, so that you can reap maximum benefits from them, and you can keep the entire tricky scenario as far as possible. Moving over to the seventh zodiac sign, Libras. Well, this period is going to be really good for students and the ones pursuing educational degree, and for the ones wanting to get into a higher education course. You will get a lot of chances, you will get a lot of opportunities, and so remain careful and remain ready for exploiting all these opportunities, because you have strong chances of getting into higher education courses. Especially in the first quarter, you will get a lot of chances and a lot of avenues to further your education. Apart from this, work related hurdles can come in time and again, in the path of working professionals as well as in the path of businessmen. So do not become reckless. Use your patent Libra technique of being very well balanced and very well analytical and diplomatic while handling your competitors and work related challengers and enemies. Bring in a lot of patience and a lot of sound decision making while dealing with all these hurdles and all these issues. Professionally, for Libra people, I would say that the entire path will remain more towards the stable side. Some bumps and breaks will come in, some smooth parts will come in, and overall it will remain on a neutral platform. So keep putting in the effort in the manner that you always put in, and things will be good for you. With this, moving over to the eighth zodiac sign, Scorpios. Well, in this period, work-related hurdles, competitors and enemies can come in for you to deal with and handle. Now, you need to remain really patient and calm, and you need to use your sound decision-making in order to counter these and in order to handle these and overcome these. Otherwise, they will bring in a lot of hurdles in your path. But still, I would say that the second, third and fourth quarters will be good for your income gains and earnings despite of these hurdles and obstructions, because you will be able to counter them pretty well and with a lot of patience. So the entire situation and the entire scenario, when in control, you will be able to reap results, and the second, third and fourth quarters will bring in a lot of financial gains and a lot of financial growth in this period. So this again points out at that need to handle and manage those challenges and competitors even more carefully and even more vigilantly and even more effectively, because the better you will handle those challenges, the more gains you will be able to convert for yourself. With this, moving over to the ninth zodiac sign, Sagittarians. Well, the second, third and fourth quarters are going to be really good for the ones wanting to get into a higher education degree and the ones already into it. So you will get good outcomes and good feedbacks, and for the ones who are wanting to get into it, your results will be pretty good. So this is going to be an entire year which is going to be pretty good for expanding your intellectual and knowledge base and acumen. Obviously, I told you that the second, third, and fourth quarters will bring in a more positive push. Other than this is also going to be a very good and a very prime period for you as far as your creative pursuits are concerned, and you will see yourself bringing in a lot of out of the box ideas, a lot of edgy ideas, and a lot of unthought about and very fresh and new ideas. Not only will you expand your creative boundaries, but you will also bring the entire thing in your work to further your growth, to grow and to expand and get an edge in your work, which will take you a step higher than others, and which will take you a step higher than your peers and the ones around you competing for the same thing. Apart from this, talking about working professionals and businessmen, well, the second, third, and fourth quarters are going to bring in a lot of positive opportunities for growth and expansion for you, and your social status and recognition will also rise. So again, you will get a lot of respect, a lot of authority, and a lot of recognition and accolades for all the work that you've been doing, and your work will start getting recognized. And you can also establish a lot of work related links and connections with foreign lands and organizations in this period. With this, moving over to the 10th zodiac sign, Capricorns. Well, for Capricorns, work from home looks like a big thing this year. Maximum energy for you guys will be concentrated at your home and with your parents, and you might not only taken a lot of your work at home, but also you can get inclined towards having a work from home new business setup for you as well. Other than this, the second, third, and fourth quarters are going to be very good for academicians and the ones in higher degree courses as well. And for the working professionals that I talked about earlier, well, the second, third, and fourth quarters can bring in a lot of self-effort and self-will, and that initiation, that energy of initiation from your end. तो जितना भी आपने homework किया होगा for your own business setup or for a work from home setup, you can see the entire energy converting into something concrete and something real in the second, third, and fourth quarter. So you might get into a business of your own, or you might get a big business idea of your own as well. So these quarters are going to be really important for you as far as your work expansion is concerned. So keep a check on that, and remain vigilant regarding the same. Moving over to the 11th zodiac sign, well, the second, third, and fourth quarters of your in year 2022 are very, very good for the people who are in business, or for the people who are wanting to get into one, because this period is going to be putting in a lot of energy in your initiation and your self-will and your stamina to establish and build something of your own. So remain careful and be ready to tap all the opportunities regarding business and regarding your own setups that might come in the second, third, and fourth quarters, because a lot of avenues will open up for you, especially the ones wanting to get into business, or the ones wanting already in their businesses. A lot of ideas of expansion can come in. Financially, this year is going to be very good for you, and income gains and earnings are going to be rising for you automatically, because when you will be putting in extra effort in your work as well as in your business expansion, so obviously you will see a lot of financial expansion, growth, and upgradation as well. So on an overall basis, earned as well as accumulated assets for Aquarians are going to see a rise. Apart from this, another positive thing that is around the corner for you is that your speech and communication and the manner of dealing with people will become very, very good and very, very effective. और उसकी वजह से ना सिर्फ आप अपना काम और smoothly और better और effective तरीके से कर पाओगे, but you will also be able to have a greater influence and a greater impact on people to move them from their decisions and follow your path and your decisions and your strategy. So you will be able to make good bonds with people, and you will also be able to direct people in your direction to work according to your will and way. So you can use this strength in your speech and communication this year to your maximum benefit. With this, moving over to the last zodiac sign, Pisces. Well, for you guys as well as for your parents, this year is going to be very good financially, because you'll be working towards the expansion of wealth and assets for your parents as well as for yourself. So, financial as well as accumulated wealth will be your prime target this year, and you will focus on increasing it both for yourself and for your parents. So overall, on an overall basis, आपका पूरा घर का सिनेरियो एंड फाइनेंशियल फ्रंट विल बिकम बेटर बिकॉज यू विल सी योरसेल्फ पुटिंग इन अ लॉट ऑफ एफर्ट टुवर्ड्स द सेम एंड नॉट ओनली एफर्ट यू विल सॉर्ट ऑफ एक्ट इन एन ऑब्सेसिव एंड पैशनेट मैनर टुवर्ड्स द सेम. सो आपका बहुत ही पॉजिटिव इंक्लिनेशन होगा, एक बहुत ही स्ट्रॉन्ग एंड पॉजिटिव पैशन के साथ. सो वो आपको ऑटोमेटिकली बहुत अच्छा राइज देगा. इन एडिशन टू दिस यू विल ऑल्सो सी अ वेरी पॉजिटिव चेंज इन योर पर्सनैलिटी एंड डिस्पोजिशन एंड हाउ पीपल आर परसीविंग यू इन द सोसाइटी एंड दैट विल गिव यू अ लॉट of confidence and a lot of self decisiveness that yes, you are on the right track and you're on the right decision making path. So this again will give you a very good scope of overall improvisation. One area that is coming out to be really strong for Pisceans this year is the area of academics, and for the ones who are actually not into it can also shift their mainstream to academic and counseling and consulting fields and scenarios. So you will get very rich energy from these professions and these sectors. And for the ones who are already into the field of academics, especially in the field of teaching and professorship and lecturership, the period is going to be very good. And for the ones who are loosely connected to it, you might want to get into it with a greater energy and with a greater percentage of your effort. So this is going to be really good for the ones who are connected to the counseling and consulting fields. Now, one more thing for Pisceans would be that they can establish a lot of work-related links and connections and contacts with foreign lands and organizations in this year, especially in the first and second quarters. But you will have to remain careful while planning these, and you have to remain careful of the fact that you remain legal and moral out there, and you also put in a lot of background check and data check before getting onto it and before getting onto that actual trip or overseas opportunities. So you will get in a lot of chances and a lot of connections and contacts will get formed, but remain vigilant and keep your eyes and ears open because they can come in with little tricks and cons as well. Alright guys, so with this I put a wrap on today's video. I hope you liked it, and if you did, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you can be notified every time I come up with a new video. And please drop in your comments in the comment section below telling me how you feel about the entire career and professional scenario around you this year. And with this I'll be meeting you again too soon, but don't forget to be crazy and wise until we meet for the next time. I'll see you guys sooner. Bye bye.